Yeah. Another episode of that Victory Talk. We got a lot we want to cover today, man. It's 2026, man. Half of y'all have already given up on your 2026 goals. You already gave up on your New Year's resolutions. But the rest of y'all going to get some information that'll help you beat the shit out of those goals. Let's get them. Yo, what's going on, man? This is another episode of the Victory Talk podcast. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, Gymnasium Jesus, the Southside Savior. And I'm not alone, man. I'm not alone. I got the whole squad here with me. First of all, we got the man from Iran, the beast from the Middle East, the best podcast producer, video guy in the game. Nima, what up, homie?
Super excited. 265.
Hey, man, we're excited to have you. Thank
you.
And then we also got Minovia. You know what I'm saying? She over here, man, in the chats, making sure you motherfuckers don't fuck shit up. You start talking crazy, she gonna ban you for life. Yeah. You're gonna be banned, banished, exiled indefinitely. All right. And and she's also gonna be reading all your super chats. I'm gonna be answering every super chat you guys send. I'm gonna answer it. And then that's gonna be cool. We got a lot we want to cover today, man. You know, there's some reasons most people don't accomplish their goals in 2026, and I don't want that to happen to you. So we're gonna go over that. We're gonna have a market update. We're gonna talk about fitness shit. Man, it's gonna be fun for the whole family. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun for everybody, man. We all gonna motherfucking benefit from it. All right, but first, we got a few sponsors before we get into it. The first sponsor we have is me. Yeah, I got an ebook that'll show you how to make your first 5K as an online trainer. All right, go ahead and download that book. The link's in the description. I made my first million as an online trainer, and I've helped over 15,000 people grow successful online fitness businesses. I'm not saying you'll make $1 million online training. I only have about 5 students who ever did over $1 million a year. And by the time you get there, you know, you gotta have staff and shit. But you can make over $100,000 a year with one person as an online trainer. For example, let's say you had 25 clients. 25. You don't need million. You don't need a huge following to make 25. All right. You don't need a huge following to get 25 clients. It's probably 25 people following you right now who'd be excited to work with you. Oh, thanks. And if you have 25 clients paying you $80 a week, which is super cheap. $80 a week is super cheap. When you're in the gym, the gymnasium, you see people working out with a trainer, they're paying a minimum. They're paying around, on average, $100 an hour, right? On average. It's different gyms. Some gyms are super cheap. Some gyms are more expensive, right? But the average is $100 an hour. And they got to see them 3 times a week, right? So they're paying like $300 a week. And then that trainer is not even helping them with the diet. They might give them diet suggestions. but they're not even helping with their diet, whatever. $80 a week is a steal, right? If you get 25 clients paying you $80 a week and you maintain an average of 25 for 52 weeks a year, you'll make $104,000. You know what I'm saying? 6 figures, 25 clients. That's all you need, man. You can do this. I'm gonna show you how. Click the link in the description. Learn how to make your first 5K as an online trainer. It's lit. All right. Also, the other sponsor. Yeah, I forgot the sponsor, man. I forgot because we've been so secretive about this shit. We haven't really been talking. This might be the first time we mentioned it. I don't recall. But Nima and I, we've been working on this project, on this product. It's called Thot Repellent. This is the easy to apply spray to keep the hose away. Yeah. Easy to apply spray to keep the hose away. Because, you know, once you start really balling and shot calling, you won't be one of these guys. How do I get girls? How do I rizz up some Thot? Nah, man. If you like fucking in amazing shape and you got money, you every girl's dream, man. You don't have to chase no girls, right? The guy she's finger banging herself to would not have to chase her. You'll be that guy in no time if you keep watching the Victory Talk podcast. But the problem is there's Thots out there too. And you might get caught up with one of these motherfucking Thots. Like, and there's secret Thots now. Like before, you was able to tell who the Thot was because maybe she had a tattoo sleeve or some purple hair. You know, maybe her name ended with an A. You know, Tatiana, Ayana, Katrina. Fun fact. Run this in your mental Rolodex. 90% of black women's names end with an A. Just run it. Think of all the black women you know. Almost all of them end with an A, right? I'm just saying. Anyway, you had signs of who the Thots were back in the day, but now there's secret Thots. You know what I'm saying? They infiltrated the church. You know, the mosque. There's Thots in the mosque, Nima. There's Thots in the church.
I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, they're everywhere. We're overran with them. Where you're from, they keep all the women hid, and they just assume they're all Thots.
And they come in different shapes.
You'd only see the outline because they're wearing the fucking them ghost outfits. Y'all had the right idea. Put them in, just pretend they're all Thots. And
oh my god,
is there Tinder where you're from?
It is.
They got Tinder in Iran.
Yeah.
So like, how do you judge? How do you swipe? It's just like, oh, look at her cornea. Muhammad, look at these ankles. Yo, Muhammad, you see her wrist?
You got to use AI to extrapolate.
You got to use your imagination. That's what you got to use. You know what I'm saying? Because they dress like ghosts. Anyway, but in America, you never know who the Thots are, man. Thots in the office, Thots in the fucking in your classrooms, right? That's why we put out Thot Repellent. So it only affects the DNA of Thots, hoes, sluts, skanks, skeezers, Jezebels, and scallywags. We've also added recently, we added hood rats to the formula. Yeah. You know, and this way it keep you safe from these bad shit, from these women who will terrorize your life. These bitches out here getting pregnant on purpose, putting cases on motherfuckers, hitting motherfuckers. Just women who hit men. Yeah. And then if you hit her back, you go to jail. It's a setup, man. It's a setup. That's what happened. Allegedly, that's what happened to Chris Brown. He got hit first. Allegedly. Me and Chris Brown used to have beef over something. He knows what he did. But we squashed it. You know how we squashed it? Because I saw him in the club once and I ain't do shit. So I was like, instead of fighting him and his bodyguards, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be the bigger man and squash him. Instead of getting his ass beat by him and all his bodyguards. He's a big dude. Pause. People don't know that. You know, he's like 6'5" or some shit. You know, I weigh more than him. But him and his bodyguards, I ain't like my chances. So I said, you know what? This beef is over. It's gone long enough, Christopher. Anyway, Thot Repellent. All your super chats going to go towards development of Thot Repellent. We plan on having this out by Martin Luther King's birthday. All right. So we can finally fulfill that brother's dream. But we need your help. All your super chats go towards development of Thot Repellent so we can get this out on the market by Martin Luther King birthday. All right. So, and I think some heroes have already contributed to the fund. I think they need to be acknowledged. What are we talking about? What are they saying?
We have Ariel, 1579 with $50. God bless you.
$50. Hey man, God bless you too, man. $50. That's fantastic, man. Hey, can you imagine? Like the internet is so crazy. Like, I remember a time before the internet. Can you imagine a motherfucker? Can you imagine like somebody you don't know just giving you $50 on the street? Say, hey man, God bless you. And like that's what just happened. That's what just happened, man. Hey man, God bless you too. Mm-hmm. You know, I grew up in a black church. Mr. T used to go to my church. You know who Mr. T is, Nima? Y'all ain't have Mr. T in Iran. Yeah, you ain't have Mr. T. Well, Mr. T was a dude who was famous in the 80s, early 90s. And he went to my church, you know? And Mr. T, I'm gonna show you who Mr. T is real quick, man. Hold on, real quick. I know this is a distraction, but I'm on a lot of you can show my screen. You know this guy, right? Mr. T. He used to go to my church. Yeah. That brother was praising the Lord. You know? Shout out to you. Mm-hmm. Shout out to everybody in the congregation, man, who put some money in the fund. What else we got?
Damn. All right. We got Terlonius. You missed my super chat on yesterday, Brandon. I'm so hurt. LOL. We'll send again if need be. No problem.
Man, yo, what was the chat? You know, man, yesterday I have Nima. I was doing this shit by myself. I was manning all this shit by myself. Shit was going haywire. I ain't have no.
Oh, you're doing fantastic on those.
Hey, thank you, man. I'm doing the best. I'm doing the best.
But
I can.
maybe he can put it in the comments.
If he puts it again, man, you know,
because he just did the super chat and he didn't put the question.
Hey, man. Well, shout out to the Thelonious, man.
Yeah.
Talking about his question. Yo, shout out to you, brother. What else we got?
Saber89T says, I've seen this parachuting out of planes and helicopters. It's getting bad in these streets.
See, I ain't never even think about it like that, Saber Tooth. You know what I'm saying? That makes there's a lot of truth in that statement, man. Shout out to you, brother. What else we got? That's all we got. All right. Yo, man, listen. Christmas was not long ago. Jesus' birthday. Even Muslims like Jesus. They think y'all say he's a prophet, right, Nima? Yeah. He's a prophet. That's what's up. And it was his birthday. And you know, I was with my son, and I got him a little football, and me and him playing catch. And he ain't throw the ball well. I was like, ugh. So I'm over here trying to teach him how to throw the football well. He's only 8, but I was just like, oh man, not so great. So he's working on it, you know. Now luckily he's really, really smart. Like he's so smart. Like, he's real smart. Like the school, they had him tested, like his IQ, like gifted program, all that shit. But throwing the football, that shit wasn't looking good, man. Now, by contrast, I was with my niece around the same time out here, and she's 7. I had got her a football on Thanksgiving, and we went outside playing the football, and she made my son made her look like Patrick Mahomes. She was looking like Brady compared to my son. She was out here looking like Tom Brady, and I was like, oh fuck, man. I was like to my son, I was like, hey, listen, bro, man, let's go back inside and work on these times tables again, man, because I think that's gonna be your route, you know. And now my niece, man, earlier, She's athletic, right? But that don't help you that much as a woman, you know, because women don't get paid a lot for sports because nobody watch them. Women don't even watch women's sports. You know, my girl ain't never turned on the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? She don't know no players. Nobody does. You can't name 5 WNBA players. Anyway, yeah, she knows Angela Reese because she be on the tabloids. She played for Chicago. Oh, what's the name of her team? What's her name of her team? No, you got the internet next to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Angel Reese. Yeah, she played for the Chicago Sky. I think. I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, my niece, you know, don't nobody play women's sports or don't nobody watch that shit. So it's like, oh man. And then she wasn't doing so good in her grades, man. Like I remember I texted her. She got an iPad, and I texted her. You know, she texted me, and I texted her back, and she said, "Uncle Brandon, I can't read." I'm like, what? Because she does the dictation. And I was like, oh, fuck, this is fucked up. We better get this girl some braces and send her to cosmetology school or something, man. She's going to have to fall back on her looks, you know? And, but now, so I thought, okay, it evened out. You know what I'm saying? My son is the smart one. My niece is the girl. And, but now she good at football, and she made the honor roll this year. So I'm like looking at my son. I'm like, hey, nigga, she running laps. Your niece is running laps around you, my nigga. She can read now. You got to step the fuck up. She throw football better than you, and she can read. All right, she's about to run a lap. She's running laps on you at your ass, man. She's gonna fuck around and be the favorite in a minute. But she all right, man. She all right. Oh, we got another super chat. Then we're gonna get into the shit. What they talking about? Leonardo came through.
I wanted to hear the rest of the story. All right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We have to. This is, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Listen, do you have a nickname? I'm just gonna
Turtleonius, man. That's his name.
Huh?
Turtleonius.
No, he said it has like a knee in it. It sounds like a knee. Whatever.
Oh, you
Brandon,
making stuff
you
up.
still have me laughing about how you said my name sounds like a black football player's name. LOL.
It does.
To me, your name sounds like a news reporter's name. Yeah,
I get that. This is Brandon Carter reporting live from the scene. The Thots are out of control here on Biscayne Boulevard. We're sending in the National Guard. We need the Coast Guard. We need reinforcements here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can see it. All right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, I like it, man.
And then he paid $5 to tell us, I put what I said in the super chat in the chat, Brandon. LOL.
Got it. Yo, shout out to you, Turtleonius. What's Leo talking about?
We have Leo. Yo, BBC. Can you talk about how to change the state of people around you with more positive or at least less like a stone? Also, YouTube sometimes BS because it didn't send my screen super chat last episode. Can you stop abbreviating everything? Super chat is not that long.
Hey, the kids, they abbreviate everything, man.
That is laziness. All right. So also YouTube sometimes bullshit because it didn't send my super chat last episode.
Yo, Leonardo, where did you find that photo of a Ninja Turtle riding a horse? Is that something you came up with AI, or did you find that on the internet? Is that like a meme I don't know about? Like a millennial, like a Gen Z meme? I got, and he said, like, did you see that one? He was like, yo, this the one. This the one.
This is actually this is the picture. It is the character.
Got it. Oh, we found it. Got it.
Wikipedia, Leonardo's picture is like
it's him riding the horse off Wikipedia. My man Leo saw that, said, that's the one. That's the one. All right. What the fuck was the question? What do you want to know? How to change people's state. Yeah, man. You know, it's like fuck, I don't know if I want to get into that. Yeah, it's a video. Okay, let's come back to that. We're gonna come back to that, Leo. Don't you worry. All right. I think babe, I was done with the story. You know, I'm just saying, man, we had a dumb one and now she's smart. And now the smart one is lagging because he can't motherfucking he can because the other one is smart, is more athletic. That's all. That's all. That's the story. There was a dumb kid who's got smart. And the smart one look crazy now doing anything athletic. So we got to work on that, man. Because you can be smart, but you ain't got to be a geek, you know?
I get it. Leo got his photo from Google
nerd.
search.
Yeah, he did. I thought he made that shit. I thought that was self-made. See, if you're going to be a geek, you got to be a secret geek. Like the way, like I used to build computers and I used to fucking like a secret geek shit, you know, where you still cool geek. But if you can't throw a football, man, now I'm working on it, guys. Then the nigga was like, Dad, can you buy me this Rubik's Cube? I'm like, oh, fuck. You can't be a regular geek, my nigga. We working on it, though. You see, he's going to find his way. He going to find his way. Or he just going to be one of these motherfucking smart motherfuckers who just, he going to, I want him to be a cool geek, you know? Anyway, that's what it's like being a father. You're worried about what kind of geek your kid's going to be. That's what you guys have to look forward to. Anyway, I got some shit I want to talk about. Yeah, this is a podcast. It's not just me bullshitting. Hey, I know you guys want to accomplish your 2026 goals, and a lot of y'all ain't going to accomplish shit. You're not even close, right? And most of you going to fail, man. Most people fail, right? And I want to make sure that's not you. And so let's talk about it. I've narrowed it down to about 10 reasons why some men succeed in life, have massive success, and why some men fail. And we're going to dive right into it. All right. The first reason most men fail is because they're trying to see how much they can get away with instead of seeing how far they can push themselves. For example, I was on my boy How to Beast podcast, and I was talking about how I track my macros. I keep a little scale with me in my man bag next to the blick, and and I weigh my food everywhere I go, even at restaurants and shit. And I'm like super diligent about tracking my macros and hitting my macros and calorie intake every day. And I've been doing that for like fucking 15 years. And he said to me, and I fuck with David, right? But he said to me, man, you still probably be in good shape if you just like eyeballed it or just ate right, blah, 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 ate healthy or something. And I was like, yeah, David, but I'm not trying to probably be in good shape. I'm trying to see the most. What's the most I can do? I'm not trying to see how much I can get away with, you know? And that's just one aspect. But I see guys all the time trying to do the minimum, you know, even in the way they ask questions, they say things like, what's the one thing that if I did it, I'd accomplish my goals? And it sounds like a good question on the surface, but I know what's behind that. It's like, yo, man, what's the minimum I can do, man? What's the minimum amount of effort I can put in, right? Stop asking how much you can get away with and start trying to see what's the fucking, how far I can push myself, right? You know, sometimes I talk about working hard and people say, man, you got to work smarter, not harder. No, bitch. You got to work smarter and harder. And guess what? Working smarter means you have some sort of leverage. If you don't have money, broke motherfuckers can't work smart. You have to only work hard. And then once you get some money, some leverage, some motion, then you can start to work smart. But that doesn't mean you don't work hard just because you're working smart. Right? It doesn't mean you work less. It means you work as hard as possible. Pause. And you're working smart. So you're getting more out of the work that you work. You're getting more out of the work that you put in. Right? You got to have the mindset like no shortcuts. Right? You want to be, honestly, if you have big goals, You have to be working at capacity. If you want extreme success can only come from extreme actions, right? You can't stroll to your goal. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't even happen in the movies. You ain't never seen a movie about where the hero wants to accomplish something big and he's just like, yeah, what's the minimum amount I can do? Or like, yeah, I worked pretty hard today at defeating the enemies. I deserve a day off. Nah, man, they almost killed themselves to accomplish the goal, right? If you got to look at your life like it's a film. Like if it was a movie and you the star, right? You the hero. You got to behave the way you would want the hero to behave in the movie you watch and go all out. Really push yourself to the limit. So really, you won't have extreme success until you stop asking, what's the minimum I can do? And start asking, how far can I push myself? And start to love how much you can push yourself. You get what I'm saying? And then number 2, the next thing that stops men from accomplishing their goals is really underestimating how much effort it actually takes to succeed. People put in a little bit of work here and there, or maybe they work hard for a week and then they don't get amazing results in 1 week and then they quit. Maybe it's you, or they try something once or twice, maybe even 3 times. And if they're not rich after that shit, they quit. It's because it's almost as if you guys expected it to be easy or expected it to be simple. I think you need to expect it to be difficult. And then when it gets difficult, you say to yourself, this is what it's supposed to feel like. Because that's what it is. Extreme success is supposed to be difficult. That's why most people aren't extremely successful, right? If you put in average effort, you're going to get average results. And the average results for Americans, right? The average American is 17 pounds overweight. The average American only makes about 50 grand a year. The average American has less than $1,000 in their bank account, right? If you behave like these regular motherfuckers, you're going to get the results these regular motherfuckers get. You get what I'm saying? Like even villains work hard, right? Thieves and criminals work fucking hard. Like there's no cheat codes. There's no shortcuts. Career criminals are working harder than you, right? And they cheating. The cheaters are working harder than you. So you think that you can fucking do everything right and just stroll to your goal. It does not work like that. It does not work like that. So here's what you do. Instead of thinking, hey, what do I need to do to accomplish this goal? I really want you to think about how much effort would I have to put into this to make failure impossible, right? I'm going to repeat that. Instead of thinking, hey, man, how much effort do I need to put in to accomplish this goal? Think to yourself, what kind of effort would I have to put in to make failure impossible? And then go for it like that. Once you start putting in that kind of effort, it's difficult to fail. It's difficult to fail if you put in that kind of effort. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God. Because I tell you, I know a lot of criminals growing up. I'm from Southside Chicago. And robbing and fucking stealing and selling dope is hard work. The motherfuckers be slinging dope all night. All the time. Running from cops, shooting the ops shooting at them. Even the cheaters have to work hard. So imagine how hard you got to work if you're doing everything legit. Now, I'm not advocating crime, obviously. Crime is reserved for people who aren't smart enough to make money legally, right? And I believe if you're watching this video, that's not you, right? But you got to put in the fucking work. You got to put in as much effort as you can. I mean, you need to put in the kind of effort that will make failure impossible, all right? Another reason some men don't succeed is because they stop learning once things get they're not always consistently learning. They read one book and think, yeah, I got it. Or they fucking watch some YouTube videos and think, oh man, I got this shit figured out. I don't need to learn anymore. I'm studying all the time and I'm rich because sometimes I read one of these books and when I'm done with it or I come across something, I think like, how did I make it this far without knowing that shit? That happens to me all the time. And I've read like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books, you know, and it still happens to me all the time. I'm like, fuck, how did I get this far without knowing this? Right. But the more information you have, the more dots you can connect, right? You have a greater knowledge pool to pull from. You know what I mean? The more you know about things, and that gives you a strategic advantage. Like every time I read a new book, there's usually at least one nugget in there, at least one that I use it, that I can implement in my business or my life to improve it drastically. So I keep seeking that out. And you need to do the same thing too. You need to constantly be reading, constantly be studying, constantly be joining masterminds. Right. I spend over $100,000 a year on my education, whether that's mastermind groups, whether it's fucking courses. I still buy courses, you know. I'm still learning different things. I remember when I first joined TikTok, I bought some fucking kids TikTok course. I went through it and I learned some shit, man. From a fucking younger motherfucker. I ain't got no ego about the shit, you know. Anything. Like right now, I'm learning another skill, right? I don't want to tell you what it is. You'll see full enough, but I'm always picking a different skill to learn. You know, you always got to keep learning, keep elevating, because the world is changing. The world is growing. And if you're not learning with it, if you're not growing at the rate that the world is growing, then you will get left behind. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, I knew a guy who was making a lot of money. He had blogs back when blogs were real popular, maybe in the early 2000s. And he was getting all this traffic from search engine optimization, right? Just, you know, Google, and just getting his blog post to rank on Google. And then he would have like affiliate deals and ads, and he was making like millions doing this shit. And then one day, Google changed the way they changed their algorithm, and all his shit wasn't working no more. His website wasn't getting hardly any traffic, and this motherfucker went broke. He went broke because he wasn't like learning all the new shit, right? He eventually he went broke, but he's a smart dude. So he learned some different fucking marketing shit, and he got he's rich again now, right? But that's only because he was consistently learning. And the lesson I gained from that is like, oh, you always got to be on top of the new shit. You always got to be studying. You always got to be looking for new ways to learn and new skills to develop, because the world changes. What worked 10 years ago won't work now, and what was working now won't work 10 years from now. Right. So unless you want to get left behind, you got to keep learning, keep studying. A good place to start is a free ebook I have for you guys on how to start your online fitness business. It's really how to make your first 5K as an online trainer. Today is updated for all the fucking AI shit that's going on right now. Teach you how to implement AI into online training so you can get more clients easier, so you can grow your following easier, and so you can actually train them easier as well. It's a huge advantage, and it's 100% free. The link's in the description. It's a good place to start if online training or fitness, or the fitness industry is a route you think you would like to go now. All right. The next reason people fail is because they're too easy on themselves. I see people all the time, you know, depending on what the goals are, they say shit like, "Ah, man, I can take off today. One day won't kill me." You know what I'm saying? "Oh man, they're trying to follow their diet and say, I can eat this donut, man. One donut won't kill me." You know? Yeah, it won't kill you, but it won't help you. Almost nothing will kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like average guy lives to be about 75, right? We're good at keeping people alive, even the dummies, you know? But it's not about if it's going to kill you or even if it's going to hurt you. It's about, is that thing going to help you? Right? You're just too easy on yourself. And the thing is, that attitude breeds inconsistency, right? One day won't hurt. One donut won't kill me. I can take the day off. I deserve a rest. All that shit. Those are the battle cries of the inconsistent, right? The reason you are inconsistent with whatever habit you're trying to build is because you accept inconsistency, right? You haven't set the standard for yourself. You say that bullshit to yourself. And so, okay, what happens is one day you don't feel like doing the thing. And what happens with yourself, instead of fighting that urge and fighting through it like a motherfucker with some goddamn discipline, you're just too easy on yourself. Oh man, I can take today off. Now what's happened is you trained yourself to act like a bitch when you're under those circumstances again. So next time you don't feel like it, because this won't be the last time, it's going to be easier for you to retreat and do the bitch nigga shit you was doing before, right? Because everything you do is habit forming, including being a bitch. And you've built the habit of doing bitch shit. And some of you have done it so much that it's your default response to anything uncomfortable, right? And the same thing with your diet. You're like, oh man, I can eat this one donut. I can do this, right? And now next time you're presented with temptation, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be easier for you to give into it because you've practiced it. You fucking practiced it. And now you've done it so much that it's your default response and you have no discipline. You just put anything in your mouth like a whore. Right. But the opposite is true too. Right. If you don't feel like doing something and you do it anyway, now you're training yourself to behave appropriately when you're faced with discomfort. You're training yourself to do the right thing under circumstances where you would normally do the wrong thing. Right. And it becomes easier to make that same good decision the next time you're presented with that stimuli. Also, same thing with temptations. Right. Next time you have a temptation, you know what I'm saying? You see a motherfucker eating some candy or cakes, or you at a birthday party, you know what I'm saying? Everybody eating cake. And you got the temptation and people say, oh, you can have one piece, you know, the fucking fat losers. They tell you can have one piece won't kill you. Right. If you refuse to give in to that temptation, then you get better at doing it. So next time you're in that situation, it'll be easier for you to act appropriately because you practiced it before, right? You did it. Anytime you do something, it becomes easier to do it again, right? So that's why it's so. That's why it's like it's a silent killer of dreams, giving into the temptations, because you train yourself to give into them. And then you wonder why you can't be consistent. It's because you trained yourself to be inconsistent, you know? But if you can turn that around, start training yourself to be consistent, to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, to not give in to temptations when it's presented to himself, then you'll be stronger. And you know what? You'll be more proud of yourself, right? Because deep down inside, you know you shouldn't be eating the candy and cakes and shit. You know you shouldn't be eating it. You know you shouldn't. But you're more proud of yourself if you say no to it, you know. But when you give into it, you feel like a bitch. Like you may not say it, you may not vocalize it, people may not even be tell, but you can tell. You got to look yourself in the mirror and know that you're not living up to your potential. You know that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You know that you're being a bitch. You know you soft, and that doesn't feel good. But the opposite, and it erodes your confidence from the inside. Because what does confidence mean? One of the definitions of confidence is trust. It's a synonym, right? Like I have confidence in the structural integrity of this building, so I live in it, right? But if I didn't trust that this building was built to code, I wouldn't live here, right? I'd have no confidence in this, right? So imagine somebody says they're going to do something over and over again for you, right? Someone says they're going to do something over and over again for you, but they keep like doing the opposite, you know? They never do what they say they're going to do for you. How much confidence would you have in that person? Very little, right? That person is you. That person is you. And that's why you lack self-confidence, because you keep giving in to temptation and you haven't been able to be consistent. And that's it. And that lack of self-confidence seeps into your life. People can feel it on a psychological level, on a subconscious level. We can feel that you don't have confidence in yourself. But the opposite is true too. If you was around me, you'd feel more confident in yourself because I'm so confident in me. You ever been around somebody and you know, and you're on a mission and you feel like there's fucking nothing you can't accomplish, right? That's because they believe in themselves so much, right? That you start to believe. It's kind of like a fucking quarterback or a coach or fucking speaking to a team at halftime. They come back and win. Yeah. That's what you would feel if you was around me. You want people to feel that around you. You want your children to feel that around you. You want your wife, your girlfriend to feel that around you. Like this motherfucker, I'm safe with him. He's the man. But if you always giving in to temptation, doing bitch nigga shit, not doing what you're saying to do, like that she's gonna sense that you're not confident in yourself. Your kids, they won't be able to articulate it or even understand it, but they'll feel that you're not confident, and then they're gonna mimic you, and now they gonna be motherfucking bitches and getting bullied and shit because they ain't got no confidence because you didn't instill it from them. How could you instill it in them if you don't have it yourself? And it all starts with keeping the promises you make to yourself, not eating the candy, fucking working out for an hour a day, fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? Start keeping the promises you make to yourself, and stop being easy. Stop being easy and forgiving yourself when you fuck up. Fucking be hard on yourself. Pause. If I fucking sleep past 6:30, I fucking hate myself. I fucking hate me. If I sleep past 6, I fucking hate myself a little bit. If you talked to a kid the way I talk to myself when I fuck up, they would take that kid away from you for abuse. But I think that's good. People say that's not healthy. Fuck them. They're wrong, right? You want extreme success. The extremists have to fucking hold themselves to a higher standard than the regular people. All right. Yo, Greg, I see you. Give me a second. Just give me a second. The fifth thing that people do, the fifth thing that keeps men from accomplishing their goals is what I call male astrology. This is shit that's like fake productivity shit, right? This is things like no-fap, cold plunges, obsessing over a morning routine, or some wacky rituals you got to have in the morning. None of that stuff is bad within itself. But when you start to make that your fucking personality and you're focused on that more than the goal, like none of that shit helps you accomplish any of your goals. None of it, right? Think about it. If you want to get rich, what do you got to do? You got to make more money than you spend. You got to invest the difference over a long enough period of time. You get rich. You want to lose fat, you got to burn more calories than you consume. Right? Doesn't matter what time you wake up. Doesn't matter if you got a fucking crazy morning routine. You wake up early, do a cold plunge, worship the sun, do Wim Hof breathing, no fat, all that shit. That's the equivalent of male astrology. You can do that shit if you want, but don't make that shit your personality. And the reason it's detrimental to men because they put so much focus on that bullshit and they're not focusing on the real shit. And here's the thing, that's the easy shit. The hard shit is sitting down fucking with some real work for fucking 4 hours a day, or for 8 hours a day, doing some like real fucking work that will move the needle, right? The hard shit is tracking your calories. But it's easy to fucking jump in a cold plunge for fucking a few minutes and think you did something. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's like, don't replace that with the real work, right? Motherfuckers make videos and get all fucking crazy about no fap as if not touching yourself is an accomplishment. That ain't gonna make you no money. You know what I'm saying? I made fucking millions beating off frequently. It doesn't matter, right? No fuckers making up, make your bed. You got to make your bed. Yo, who gives a fuck? I ain't made my bed in like 10 years and I'm fucking rich, you know, because I focus on what matters. Like, don't get caught up in the bullshit. If you want to do all that shit, it's not bad within itself, but it's not what moves the needle. It's really not. Whatever your goal is, none of that fucking bullshit. It's the equivalent of male astrology. I'm telling you. Focus on the things that matter and you will accomplish your goals. So you need to figure out what are the things that have to be done in the real world to accomplish your goals. And I promise you, none of that shit, nothing, that list will not include worshiping the sun in the morning, Wim Hof breathing, making beds, cold plunging, red light therapy, and it certainly won't include no fap. You know how many fucking biographies I've read? Countless. None of the fucking successful people attributed no fap to their extreme success. It's not a real thing. If you want to do it, fine, right? But motherfuckers make it their whole personality. Fucking weirdo. It's like, it's because it's easy. let me give you an example. I have a friend who's overweight, but he's rich, right? So he takes all these different fucking supplements, different pills, different kind of mushrooms and all this shit. And he does all the fucking shit. We talk about cold plunge, all this shit. He's still fat though. And I'm like, my nigga, you majoring in the minors. You majoring in the minors. If you want to do all this shit, cool, but you're not doing the one thing that's fucking important. The one thing that'll really help. Right? You still fat. And because you fat, you still gonna die early. It don't matter how much supplements you have. You ain't healthy. Being fat is not healthy. You know what I'm saying? 1,500 Americans die every day of obesity-related diseases. Every day, right? Like you still fat, you know. But why does he do it? Because it's easy to fucking buy some pills and eat some pills. It's easy to jump in a cold plunge instead of getting on the elliptical, right? It's easy. It's easy to buy some pills instead of fucking tracking your macros. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing the real shit. It's pseudo productivity. You know, it's the same shit as if a girl is collecting rocks. She got all them fucking rocks by her bed, a goddamn gravel pit full of colorful rocks by her bed. You doing the same shit with all this other fucking bullshit. And ain't nothing wrong with crystals within themselves, but the crystals ain't gonna improve your life, ho. You know, we all know some bitches who got tons of crystals and their life is a disaster. You know what I'm saying? Same shit. I ain't never met a rich no-fap nigga. Never. Not one of them. Maybe one. Maybe one. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not what moves the needle, though. That's, you know, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. All right. I'm going to give you the next 5 things that stop men from accomplishing their goals in a minute. But first, we got to bring the homie Young Candlestick up in for the market update. Yo, Gregory, what's up, man? Shout out to Greg. Yo, well, first of all, man, I'm with Brandon Carter, King Keto. It's the market update, man. And I'm here with the homie Greg, Young Candlestick. The market. Whoa.
Popping pills, popping vitamin C.
Yeah, man. Yo, keep that shit away from the mic, man. You fucking up my eardrums.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, man. It sound like my ear was in that bottle. Anyway, Greg got a Series 65. He passed that, man. Wall Street shit, certified market technician, CMT. He also got a little cold. How you feel, man? You feeling better?
Last night I had a fever of 102.5, but now I've got a fever of 101. So I'm feeling pretty good.
That's
the
good,
podcast gives me energy.
That's good. You got to stop
getting of working.
When we were trading this morning, you couldn't trade with us, right?
This morning I was just absolutely clapped.
It's all good, man.
I was just thinking, I'm gonna make bad decisions. Like I have massive vertigo. You know,
we'll show the trades we did today. We can bring it up. I held it down for the team. The team did very well.
As usual.
As usual, man. I think you need to stop getting sick, though. That's what I would do if I was you, man.
Yeah.
I ain't been sick in 10 years, so you should just do that.
I think that's a good plan. We're on the right path.
When you told me you had the flu, I was like, is it Pride Month already? It's like,
I know. Oh man.
Is it Pride Month? It's kind of early. And even in Pride Month, we don't have to act like them, Greg. We just supposed to not make fun of them for that month, right? Is that how that works? I think so. All right. Anyway, man. Anyway, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Yo, my girl said you need to get an IV.
Oh yeah, that'd be really good.
When she gets sick, she gets an IV, you know, and I just like pay for it and then laugh at her. Yeah, because if I laugh,
slamming the electrolytes, and that helps a lot. Just like electrolytes, I got bone broth right over here. That feels really good. You know?
All right, man.
It's easy to stay in a calorie deficit too. I've got like no hunger. I'm burning fat like crazy. Just roll with it, you know. All
right, man. Well, listen.
By the end of this.
Hey, man, I like that, man. Well, I look like I'm looking at a rising wedge right now.
Yeah, this is the SPX, the S&P 500 index. This is the daily chart, and we've got a market whipsaw.
Yeah.
Okay. So last time on the Victory Talk podcast, I was saying I don't have a strong opinion on the market. I'm not super bullish. I'm not super bearish. I just don't know. And actually, that's kind of like the best analysis because the market has gone nowhere. It's tried to break out to all-time highs. It's tried to sell off. It's just really hovering that around that trend line. So look, this trend line is still coming into play. If that trend line gets taken out, I think we can see big sell side activity. Okay?
I think, listen, man, over the last 5 years, every time I saw a rising wedge or a falling wedge on the S&P 500, the last 5 years, right? And that it can be different this time. Anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
But every time I saw a rising wedge, we saw a huge drop after it. And every time I saw a falling wedge, we saw a huge shoot to the upside. So I think that's super ominous right now.
Definitely. And we have economic data coming out tomorrow. So we could just pop right through to all-time highs. It could also be the catalyst to break down.
Are we finally going to get the motherfucking jobs report? Because they canceled that because of the government shutdown.
Yeah.
Conveniently.
Yeah. The biggest reason why I think there can be a bigger than average drop is because whenever you create higher lows like this, buyers have their stop loss orders sitting there. Okay. So when you buy a stock, you can place a stop loss order basically saying, hey, if price comes underneath this level, get me out, turn it into a sell order. And what that does is that can create a lot of sell side pressure from buyers that were just kind of walking up their stops. And it can be a thin liquidity type of move down. That's where you can get those sharp moves down because all the buy orders get taken out and there's just nothing but sell orders. So that's what I'm looking at on the S&P 500 right now. If we take a look at the NASDAQ, QQQ, really just trendless. You've got lower highs, you've got higher lows, really just going nowhere. I don't have a strong opinion. I was trading a little bit of NDX options today. And what's cool about NDX is you can trade these butterflies on it. And I had this tiny little range that I was able to capture. $30 turned into $700.
It was a 0 day?
0 day butterflies. So think of butterflies as like you set a range. So basically the blue zones is where I'm going to make about plus 1,000. The gray zone, I was going to make about plus 0. Blue zone plus 1,000. If it sold off actually into the end of the day, it would have been plus 2,000. But I would have lost 2,000 if the NASDAQ would have closed just a little bit higher at the end of the day. And so basically today was just a really choppy day. Gap down and just chop. Absolutely crazy. Normally you'd see this type of price action on like a holiday, like the day before Thanksgiving, the day before Christmas. That's holiday price action. It's kind of been flipped. During the holidays, we've just had straight bull moves. But now that everybody's ready to trade, they just chopped it all day.
So
what's up?
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, so one thing that's promising, though, for the market, if I was to make the case for the upside, is that IWM hit all-time highs today.
Yes, I was just about to bring this up. I'm long on the IWM. Took some longs today on IWM. All-time highs.
IWM is where most of the stocks are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where most of the stocks are, the Russell 2000.
There is nothing bearish about all-time highs.
You know what I'm saying? So that makes a strong case for the upside, I think.
Definitely. And as long as the old all-time highs hold, that's a breakout. The toughest part about this type of market environment is that we've been having a lot of false breakouts where we make a new all-time high, then just quickly zip on down. So it's really critical that IWM holds the prior all-time highs. So call it IWM like 258. As long as it's above there, the market's bullish. The market's not going to see big sell side activity if the IWM's holding onto that support. Okay. SMH is another leading market indicator. It had a good week. It pulled back a little bit today. It's kind of correlated with tech. It's coming up into the old all-time highs support zone. Technically, actually, it hit the old all-time highs this morning and found a little bit of a bounce. So, semiconductors, I'm bullish longer term on semiconductors. The thing is semiconductors have what's called a higher beta. So that means when the market's green, semiconductors are going to be more green. When the market's red, semiconductors are going to get their ass whooped harder. So
got it.
in strong bear markets or like bearish days, going short semiconductors is fruitful, but you don't want to overstay your welcome, like because long term they're bullish.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah. All right.
In terms of XLE, Brandon, you had a nice good dip buy on XLE.
Come on, man.
Boom,
yeah. So when I added to my XLE position yesterday, and I was rewarded for that.
Look at this 5-minute trend on XLE.
Yeah.
This is bullish. This is telling you that they are not selling. And like, even if there is selling, that's just like the traders, the short-term traders. But the investors are holding on to this. Okay. So I'm bullish XLE. I'm going to get most of my size into this in Q2. Pause.
Yeah.
I've got about a third of my size in XLE. So I maybe
just
should have more, but I've got about a third. Pause. Just the tip. I've just got my tip, just the tip in XLE. Okay. I haven't fully gone in yet. Pause.
Yeah. I feel you.
That's enough. Copper. I've got about half of my copper position. So I'm about halfway through in this. And copper hit that dip buy right here at about 35. So I think copper goes bullish. I don't know if it goes like right away right now, but that's a bullish hammer at support.
Yeah, we still long copper.
I'm still long copper. I've got a bigger copper position than I do XLE. So CPE.
Oh, really?
Yep. I've got about 3 to 4 times the size in copper.
See, I got a bigger XLE position.
I don't think that's wrong at all. You know, I think we'll find out at the end of the year.
We're gonna find. I think we're both gonna be right. I mean, I do have a copper position and ITA.
Yeah,
the defense
really
sector.
like ITA.
I think it should be changed to the offense sector.
Offense sector.
You know what I'm saying?
It's bullish.
But yeah, man, nice little pullback today. It did pull back on some pretty strong volume though.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. It's not crazy. You know, it's getting a little bit carried away. You know, stocks can't go up forever. Like, you can't just get green days after green days. Like, it's healthy to get these pullbacks because that helps them resume the trend. Because the longer an ETF or a stock goes without a pullback, that means that when it does drop, it can drop harder.
So that's what I was thinking today, man. If it goes down tomorrow, I may add. Tell me what you think of this: a bullish spread, like a debit spread, you know, like long dated, like till like next end of the year or some shit. And I was thinking of a kind of spread where like I could, if it closes above wherever I enter, that I can get almost like double the money, you know?
Yeah. So the one problem with that is ITA only has options expiring in July of 2026. The bid ask spreads are actually trash. So it's going to be tough to get a fill. But what you could do is on a dip, let's say it dips down to 220, you could do something like July 17th.
Okay.
Sell the 225, buy the 220, and you could try and get something like 2.0 credit.
July 17th? I thought it's 16th.
July 17th.
Okay. Oh, no, I see you were. Oh, it's okay. Got it. Yep. I see.
You can put in the order for this right now. July 17th.
So what did you say? What did you say? Let me see. Let me see what it looks like.
So you can put in the order for July 17th, 2026.
Sell
the 225 put, buy the
225 put. Okay, hold on. Sell the 225 put and buy the what?
220 put.
And buy the
it's a bullish put credit spread. Put in a limit order of 2.0, good till canceled. This is not financial advice, by the way.
Not financial advice.
This is all for hypothetical educational purposes.
Wait, buy the 220 put?
Sell the 225 put, buy the 220 put.
Oh, okay. I was like,
ITA above 225. As long as it's at 225 or above, you'll get $200. Each spread that you takes $300 in buying power. So if you want to make $2,000, you do 10 of these. It'll take $3,000 in buying power. If you want to make $20,000, you got to put up $30,000, which will make $20,000.
But that's a good return for the year if you bullish. You know what I'm saying?
It's only
a good return for like 6 months.
6 months. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking amazing return.
It's not 100%, but it's like 70, 80%, but it's high probability.
I feel good about it.
You can look at the delta on that. The delta's 0.41. So that means there's about a 60% chance you'll get the max profit. Independent of
got to risk 20 grand. That's all. Just got to risk 20 grand. I like to gamble, man.
Risk 30 grand to make 20 grand.
Hey, I like it. You know what I mean? That's a nice return in 6 months.
You have a 60% chance of making that 20 grand. You have a 40% chance of losing 30 grand. Yeah,
there's some watches I like around 30 grand. And if I can get fucking the defense sector, the offense sector to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? If the Department of War is going to finance that for me, I kind of like it.
I like that trade too. So if it does come into that 220 level, I'll send out the alert to members.
Yeah.
Also, I'll text it to you as
well. Because I just think, man, we gotta bring all that democracy to Venezuela.
Yeah.
They look like they need some democracy over there, man. And fucking Greenland needs Trump saying Greenland needs some democracy too.
Greenland. I've never been there.
He said Greenland needs a little bit of motherfucking democracy.
What are they doing?
And, yo, man, it's just I don't know, man. I think that is just a dementia fueled tirade, and I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying?
I've got like 10 years left.
Yeah, we're gonna spread democracy in this motherfucker. And and like all the companies in this sector are gonna be the ones helping spread that democracy. Yeah, we've already democratized in Venezuela. Who next?
Speaking of Trump and defense stocks, Brandon, Trump was going after RTX, Raytheon. He was basically saying, hey, I was not happy with the way that they helped out during the Venezuela Call of Duty mission. Basically, he was saying that they were the slowest to deliver the supplies and that they're more focused on stock buybacks and dividends than they were helping the United States government. So it caused a lot of volatility.
Trump was shitting on him because I'm long RTX.
I don't know what this means for the stock. I wouldn't say it's bullish or bearish, but you could see that it dropped 6%, then it bounced 11%. Literally yesterday after hours. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
It's like, trading during a Trump presidency is the wildest. It's so much different than trading during the Biden presidency. But I don't even think Biden knows how to use Twitter or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But Trump, man, you think you got a good trade and then a fucking tweet, or a truth, because he goes on Truth Social, man. I don't know what you call a tweet on Truth Social. A truth? He'll post a truth and it's like, it fuck your whole shit up. Or fucking kick your whole shit up, get your whole shit popping. You don't know what to expect, man. He's a wild card.
Yeah. He could tank the market 15% in 3 days. He can also cause a 50% rally over the course of the year.
Any moment, you know what I'm saying? Any moment. He makes it exciting.
Yeah.
Especially if you like
I'm not
an
bored
immigrant. The things are like real exciting for you, right? Like you never know what's gonna happen when you go outside. You know what I'm saying? You ducking and dodging. It's like a little adventure. It's like a little adventure. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been bored.
No, listen. You're bored during the Biden presidency. Like, oh man, everything's so fucking normal and stable. The stock market just keeps slowly going up. Oh man, this sucks. Let's vote him. He doesn't. Trump, man, you on a roller coaster, homie.
Speaking of roller coasters, Bitcoin. I'm still bearish Bitcoin. If it breaks above 95K, though, it could get up to 100K. But this is just dead sideways. Dead market. Bitcoin's a dead market.
Right now. My money's been dead in Bitcoin for man long.
You just have to wait for volume to come in or a range break. And even then, a range break could still cause like a false break, in either direction. So it's a dead market. Stay away until volume comes in.
Yeah.
Gold hanging out near all-time highs. Gold looks like the S&P 500 during the Biden administration.
Yeah,
Slow,
you know what I'm saying?
steady uptrend.
Just slow, steady up, man. You know what I'm worried about.
Yeah,
Not
gold.
exciting at all.
I'm still bullish on gold. I
yeah.
don't know if it'll correct really ever, but watch that trend line.
I'm looking for a dip, man.
Yeah. If we ever get
But
it.
it's like I don't think we're gonna get a dip unless the dollar gets super strong.
Yeah, unless the dollar strengthens, which the dollar's gotten a little bit of a rebound. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. You was just in Europe, man, so you was probably getting fucking screwed with that conversion.
It was a little
right?
bit more expensive. It was about a 1.2 exchange rate. I was gonna go to Europe last year, and that's when the exchange rate was 1-to-1. Like that's when the dollar was like way back up here. But it wasn't too expensive.
Should have went to Latin America, man. Should have went. You get it the same money, man. You would have spent. You'd have been like a king. Spent like a king if you went to motherfucking Honduras. Yeah. Only thing is you might get kidnapped.
Yeah.
Human trafficked. You might have got human trafficked. That's exciting, right? The possibility that something can go crazy, like it add a little bit of adventure.
Yeah.
You know, dodging kidnappers and traffickers.
I was hoping when I was in Europe, I'd get a chance to test my skills, but no, everybody was cool. Everybody was cool.
Yeah. Yo, you went to so listen, y'all. We didn't know what Greg was up to. Because first he went to Italy, then he went to Germany. I'm like, if he goes to Japan next, it's gonna be a problem because that's the axis of evil, man. You're trying to reunite the band. You know what I'm saying?
I might be CIA. You never know.
I don't know what you are if you visited all them 3 countries in succession. I don't know what you got going on. I was in Italy. I was in Amalfi, and this old man, this old British man was I ran into this old British man and we were just talking, and I was like, hey man, you ever like walk around this country and think these motherfuckers fought with Hitler? And then he said some shit like, yeah, we were fighting them alone because America was too scared to get into it at first. And I was like, motherfucker, you let Hitler bomb your capital. All right, we saved your ass. You should be kissing him up. And I almost had to fight this old man.
Man.
But you know what? We eventually dapped it up. You know, it was all good.
You're a true patriot, Brandon. You have good American pride.
Yeah, I'm ready to. You know, Americans, I'm always ready to fight.
Yeah,
that's how you know I'm a real American. I'm always ready to fucking fight or shoot. You know what I'm saying? That's the American way. I'm always ready to let it fly. That's what we do here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that.
We don't solve our problems by talking it out.
I was ready to go full Rambo on the whole country. You know what I'm saying? This was about to be turned into an 80s action movie. Anyway, let's
that would have been an entertaining film for sure.
For me, for us, for USA,
for everybody. Watching Brandon Carter as Rambo.
Yeah,
I'll help fund that film.
Rambo. Yeah, man.
Oil prices. Oil prices are correlated with XLE. So you saw that XLE was up today. Oil prices were up 4%. Again, dead market, really just range bound. I don't know if it's bullish or bearish. You can't really say whether oil prices are going to go up or down at this point in time. I mean, this is like a morning star reversal pattern. So that is bullish, but it could get reversed. So oil prices, I'm not going to trade it, but you just watch it as an indicator. Watch it as an indicator for your XLE trade.
Okay.
Uranium, no buy setups on this, but uranium, I think it goes higher over the next few years. URA is the ETF for that. I'm still wheeling EOSE. I like the stock for the wheel. This is Energy Enterprises.
Okay.
Really good option premiums right there. Energy Transfer, we've been telling you guys to get on ET.
Yeah.
This is an 8% dividend, and it's already up 4% since we
you get a guaranteed 4%.
No, guaranteed 8%, and now you're up 4%.
Yeah.
So if it closed the end of the year at this price, you get 12%. which is pretty
That's
good.
crazy. Yeah,
12% with 8% of it in your cash flow quarterly.
Come on, man.
Which is pretty
it's
cool.
It's hard to beat that.
If you're looking for a risky stock, take a look at NBIS. Wait for a break of over like 103. Let volume come in. This is AI data centers, high growth AI data center stock. It's starting to look more bullish. So this is a high risk, high reward type of a trade, type of an investment. So check that one out. Healthcare, just waiting for, oversold conditions to buy the dip on. I do think that you can go short on Circle, CRCL, if this breaks underneath like 78. Okay, so like underneath today's low, you can maybe grab some like March put options on that one. Okay, so CRCL. I did close my Apple shorts. I was talking about going short Apple once it started to break this support zone, and Apple dropped 3.5%. So that one actually worked out a little bit. I closed my short on the casino stocks, LVS. But if this bounces, reload short. If a stock was making you money earlier, go back to the money well. Okay. So LVS, if it comes back to like 65, look for a rejection up there. Okay. So that's LVS. And then lastly, Roblox, RBLX.
Yeah, we still short in the Roblox, right? Fuck them.
I would love for them to get a bounce. It's deeply oversold right now. So you're chasing it if you're shorting. That's like buying the highs if you're shorting down here. Not to say that this is the low. I do think the stock drops over time, but it's just too oversold to short. But if Roblox got up to like 93, I don't know if it will. Short that shit. Okay?
Yeah.
I think Roblox gets to like $40 per share now. 40.
Okay.
That's the main things I wanted to cover.
Listen, I know you're probably excited. You had a good day. I know your biggest holding is Google, and they hit all-time highs today. Closed all-time highs.
I just wish I had more of it now because I've been waiting for dips. Yeah, new all-time highs on Google.
Yeah, man. So that's your portfolio looking good.
Yeah, it's chilling.
Yeah, that's what's up. I wanted to ask you about, what are you thinking about Tesla right now?
Ooh, good question. Tesla is just such a good trading stock. Really messy chart. So we have the all-time high breakout, which was a false breakout, which is just super dirty to do. All-time high breakout, false breakout, breaks down. Red, green, red, green. In terms of just like the retracement zone, this is a spot where it should bounce and maybe gravitate up towards 460. It's going to be so dependent on the broad market. If the market's green, though, I do think you can day trade some Tesla calls or short-term swing trade some Tesla calls with a stop like underneath 425. Okay. Longer term Tesla, I'm neutral to bullish. I'm not like a mega bull. I think that Tesla probably uptrends until volume really comes in. You're not going to get these major squeezes on Tesla. So right now the volume's kind of low. So you're kind of just getting that back and forth action. It's tough to make a lot of sense out of some of this price action.
One of the stocks that was like the biggest movers last year that we called out was Garmin.
Yeah, and you were all over this.
Like
this is all you.
Really, but they had like they fucking dumped it, man. It was on earnings. On earnings, it beat its earnings, and they just fucking dumped it and it hasn't really recovered from that.
Yeah, it's trying to recover right now. It's having a good day. It just broke out. But yeah, they just after earnings, they just said, let's take this out behind the woodshed and shoot it. But this is a textbook setup. So you have the drop, bear flag, drop, and then you have the range that's established. This was actually technically sound. It's just they rug pulled it with the earnings. That's all. And then extreme oversold, then slowly recovers, puts in a range. And now it's just breaking that range. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't short it. That's just my opinion on it. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't short it.
I feel that. All right. I think you got a question. Somebody's asking about copper. I know you went over it, but just he gave us fucking $2.5 Canadian. Damn, Mr. Out of Congress, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm just fucking with you. No, I appreciate every dollar I get. I'm the type of motherfucker. I'll pick up a penny if I see it. I'll pick up any denomination of money if I see it on the street. I'll fucking walk across the street for a nickel. You know what I'm saying? The only time why I won't pick it up is if it's somewhere where I feel like it's too dirty, like if it's underneath a urinal or in like a public bathroom. I ain't picking up no coins, man. But anywhere else, pretty much, I'm gonna get that money. You know what I'm saying? Even pennies, and I get excited about it.
Yeah,
that's me. Anyway, what about copper? We buying any dips?
This is like one of those things where it's like copper ? I'd be
like, what the fuck you want? Yeah, listen, it's Mr. Out of Context. Copper. I'm gonna give you no context. That's his whole vibe.
That's true, though. That's true. That's
who he is, man. He told you who he is, and then he did it. Yeah,
it's out of context.
Yeah.
What I have to say about copper is I'm bullish. I've got leap call options, leap call spreads. I've got shares, and if it can break out to these all-time highs, it can start to really squeeze. Right, otherwise, if it sells off, it's just a buy the dip. Copper, I'd really be wrong on copper if copper like dropped like 25%. That's how you know I was wrong on copper. I don't see that happening, but it can happen. So that's my thoughts on copper. If it drops more than 20%, I was just wrong. I don't think that's going to happen though, but I'm long on copper. It's my biggest trade of the year so far.
Okay. Yo, let me ask you a question, brother. I know you left us up hanging, so I had to hold down the trading Discord today. Can you show them how well we did in Discord trading today? Can you pull up today's wins from the Discord?
Hold on, it's taking.
We was going crazy, man. It was lit out there. This is what you missed. Let me show you what you missed out on. Being sick. That's why you don't get sick, guys. Because you can't. It's hard to make money when you sit around. When you got the flu or the cancer and you sitting around all sick. Difficult to hustle. This is the lesson.
It's not letting me bring it over right now. Here, I gotta.
What? You got this, Greg. I believe in you, man. You've done this before. You can do this again. Let's all cheer Greg on. Candlestick. Candlestick.
It is not letting me. You're going to have to.
Oh, man, there's some good wins in there. I don't have Discord on this computer. Can you?
It's literally like stuck at the top.
Close it and open it. Can you close it?
I've done that 3 times.
God. No, we'll just do. What's today? Thursday. Well, we was in there winning, guys. If you want to trade with us every morning, one of us will be there every morning. Join Victory Trades. We trade futures every morning, and we had some big wins today, man. We'll show them next week. And you also get Greg's trade alert straight to your phone. Join Victory Trades. Links in the description. One fucking trade to pay for your monthly membership. We have a lot of fun. We trade together every morning. We don't even use our own money. We use prop firms. We all trade, and it's dope, man. We put up some big numbers today, man. Yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. And you get Greg's trade alert straight to your phone. So these options trades, all this other shit, you get them when we get them. You know what I'm saying? All right, join Victory Trades. All right. Hey, yo, thank you, Greg.
Peace out.
All right, peace. Get well soon. Yeah, man. Listen, when he said he had the flu, I was like, is he coming out the closet or? But nah, he's, then my girl's like, it's not gay to get the flu. And I was like, oh, okay, my fault. I just thought I learned something. I'm learning. I thought that only homosexuals got the flu. But apparently regular people get it too. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. Hey, I think there's some super chats.
We have Leo's question. Can you talk about how to change the state of people around you with more positive or at least less like a stone?
Yeah. So here's how. So you could people don't understand. You can change other people's states. When I say states, like their state of being, right? Like the state, if somebody's mad, they're in a mad state. Somebody's happy, they're in a positive state. And you can change other people's states too, right? First, you got to learn how to change yours, though. You got to learn to control yours. And most people, they never think about their own state. They just kind of let anything in life, any outside circumstances or other people control their states, and they never learn how to actually be in the kind of mood they want to be in. They're not in control of their own mood, right? First thing you got to do is learn to be in control of your own mood and learn how to change your state to whatever you want anytime you want. And there's 3 ways to change your state. One is your physiology, right? So, if you start doing like this long enough, you're going to feel like this. But there's actually studies that show if you start put yourself in, like, for example, there was a study done on the superhero pose. They had people, they had 2 groups of people. In group 1, they tested both of their testosterones and cortisol levels before. And then they had group A stand in a superhero pose for 2 minutes. And they had group B stand in a fucking bitch niggas pose for 2 minutes. And then they tested their testosterone and cortisol after that. And just after 2 minutes, the people who had the superhero pose had less cortisol and higher testosterone. It's momentarily, right? It's not going to raise your baseline, but momentarily, right? And the people who was in the bitch nigga pose, they had less testosterone and more cortisol, right? So like your motion creates emotion. Your body, your physiology can actually control your state on a biological level, right? Because what is an emotion? You got to think, what is an emotion? An emotion is nothing but different neurochemicals going off in your brain, different combinations of neurochemicals. We're talking about norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, shit of that nature, like these neurochemicals. So emotions are literally all in your head. They're not even real, like not in the tangible sense, they're literally all in your head. And you got to learn how to control these things. And one of the ways to do it is with your physiology, right? You can change your state anytime with your physiology. Second way to change your state is by changing your environment, right? That's not only is your physical environment, but the people you're around, right? So your physical environment, you ever been in a room or your home and you clean it up and you just feel better in a clean room, right? It's like that. Or you're at the beach, you feel better than when you're at a cemetery, right? Because it's like your environment has an effect on your mood, right? So you can change your environment and the people you're around. You ever, sometimes I'm in I was in the lobby of my building, right? And this woman I know, my boy's girlfriend, she had her baby. And then I said, "Oh, I didn't know you had a baby." And I looked at the baby, and the baby came to me. I was like, "Oh, little princess," and the baby changed my state, so like the people you're around can change your state. We've all been in situations where somebody came in a room and they were all fucking pissed and they changed the state, right? That's kind of a foreshadowing how you can change other people's state, right? And then the third way to change your own state is is the most powerful one, is what you think about. Like right now, if you think about a pet that died or a family member that died, if you think about it long enough, you'll start to feel sad. Whatever you think about, you're going to feel, whether it's real or not, right? So if you think about your past success or you think about something you're looking forward to, you're going to be you'll change your state. If you think about shit that can go wrong or shit that's you're struggling with, that's going to change your state in a negative way, right? So first thing you have to do is know how to control your state and feel the way you want to feel under any circumstances, right? You miss your plane, how do you change your state, right? You in traffic, do you just fucking let that fucking control your mood, or can you control your state and change it with one of those 3 methods, right? And you need to constantly be cognizant of that. Now, to change other people's state is similar to how that baby changed my state, no drizzy, and how you can do the same thing with other people. So like if I wanted to go in a room and fucking change everybody's state in a negative way, I'm going to be like, "Yo, who the fuck's in charge here?" Right? You'll see the fucking expressions change. You'll see fear and terror in the eyes of the inhabitants, and and if I do that, it's by design, right? Because I'm in control of my state, right? Sometimes the situation calls for, or if I want to make everybody happier, You know what I'm saying? I go in, yo, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Oh man, what's that? What's that? You got some new shoes, man? It's just this fly, man. Where you getting them from? Yo, that's what's up, man. How your mama doing? You know what I'm saying? Just like coming there with a fucking high energy, like a fucking puppy or some shit, like a confident puppy. Like I'll change everybody else's state. You know, so I just think about that all the time. Everywhere I go, everywhere everybody interact with, I want to improve their state. I want to improve everyone's state everywhere. I think of myself as like the head of state. So everywhere I go, my goal is to change. It's a habit now, but I want to change everybody's state. Even if I just talking for a minute, the fucking janitors in my building. Yo, what's going on, player? How you doing, man? All right, now. All right, don't hurt him, playboy. All right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you gotta leave some bitches for the other brothers, man. Come on now. Where you moving that mop, man? You gonna take all the hoes. Or whatever, something, you know what I'm saying? And like he's gonna fuck that was a fucking 5-second interaction, but I would be able to see a visible change in state, you know, it'll be on his face, his expression, you know. Everywhere I go, man, if I'm at fucking CVS, the bitch at the register, I'm be like, hey, what's going on, man? I was good to see you again. You know, like everywhere I go, I'm trying to change everybody, stay uplift them. It's almost like a game. Initially, it was like a game. Like how can I change everyone's state around me? And how much can I change it? How much can I turn their state up? And then I did it so much that it became a habit, much to the chagrin of my girlfriend, because she says, "Oh, I'm just friendly to everybody. I'm talking to everybody." I'm like, "That's who I am, baby. That's why you love me." And and I'm always making everybody happy. Pause. And and it's just a habit now. I just go around changing everyone's state, and it's not. You don't want to do it just with people who can help you, right? Because that's what's called being fake, being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Being phony. It's like everybody, man. Janitors, motherfucking custodians. You know, like fucking the motherfuckers in the valet in my building. Yo, what's up, play? How y'all doing, man? You know, everybody, like how much, not only can I change the state, but I'm thinking, how much can I change this? How much can I turn it up? And it becomes a habit, you know? And it's not just because I'm a nice person. No, it's because because states are contagious. So I don't want them to be in a fucked up state and it to come to me, right? And their state, and I pick up some of their negative state. So I go on offense with the state. Everywhere I go, I'm in charge of the state. I'm head of state. All right. I'm not going to feel the way you feel. You're going to feel the way I want you to feel. Pause. And this is everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't want their negative state to fucking rub off on me. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm controlling the state in this motherfucker. I'm in charge. And it's pretty easy to do, man. Just come in there with high energy. If you can find a reason to compliment people love compliments, like literally anybody, man. Hey, man, you got a haircut? You lost weight? You was fat before, man. You lost weight, huh? That's crazy, man. What you been doing? Oh, shit. All right, man. Yo, keep that. My man, keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Like just whatever, like compliments help, just like the energy, right? The way I come in, smile is contagious. People have these things called mirror neurons. So when you see somebody feeling something, you feel it too, to a certain degree. This is why pornography is so lucrative, right? Because when you see people enjoying sexual activity, like your mirror neurons pick it up, you know? That's why you like video porn more than you like pornographic imagery, right? Because the neurons aren't the same, right? But it's like that with everything. Like if you see a sad movie, you know, you might start crying or some shit. People might start crying when they watch a movie. The whole shit is make believe. It's fake. Like none of this shit really happened. You know what I'm saying? It's not even based on a true story. It's all make believe, right? But you might cry. You know, it's the mirror neurons. So it's the same thing, man. All you got to do, the video. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, listen, yo, but on some real shit, you know, it's hard for you to stay in it. What I've noticed in my life, it's difficult to stay in a positive state when you broke, right? That's when it was most difficult. It's like it's easier to control my state now because I got some money, right? But when I was broke and struggling, it's hard to focus on anything except the struggle. And I probably had a more negative state back then, you know? And not to say money makes you happy, but man, lack of money can really make you sad, you know? So I made my first $1 million as an online trainer, helping people get in great shape. And now I teach other people how to grow their online fitness businesses. If you want, I'm going to teach you how to do it for free. I have a free guide to show you how to grow your online fitness business and make your first 5K as an online trainer, even if you don't have a big following, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a lot of experience. The link is in the description. You can download that for free. All right. We got another super chat because I got to finish this video. What's up?
Oh, we have a few. We have Mr. Out of Context. How do you critique your client personal training without being too harsh?
Man, that's not something I worry about. If somebody hired me, I don't think they want me to pussyfoot around it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they knew what they was getting into. I was worse when I was an in-person trainer. Like I would be like, hey, bro, if you could have stayed at home and pretended like you was working out. I was like a dick when I was training, but I'm nicer online. Yeah, that's not something I think about too much, man. You know what I'm saying? They need someone to push them, hold them accountable.
BBC, I know conflict in a relationship happens, but how do you get better at doing it in a healthy way? And how do you know when it's time to let go?
You got to learn how to communicate. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to fucking communicate, man. You shouldn't have to tell her but once. No, I'm just joking. That's just a joke. That's a domestic violence joke. All right. And that's not appropriate. I shouldn't have did that. I ain't never hit a woman. You know what I'm saying? Yet. I'm just... Nah. I'm just joking. Yeah, if it's too much conflict, you should probably just go. I don't. It depends on what the conflict's like. Like, for example, like I don't really like people like raising their voice at me, yelling at me, or cursing at me. Like I don't respond very well to that. You know what I'm saying? So like if I was getting yelled at, like frequently, I probably leave. Like even, you know, once I remember it wasn't long ago. I was walking on the ocean front by my crib, and it was early in the morning, man. Like the sun was rising, and I saw this couple, and this lady was just fucking screaming on this dude, man. And I was just thinking, yo, bro, why are you putting up with this shit, man? Like she can't even talk to you like an adult, man. Why she's trying to fucking punish you like a child? Like two adults should be able to like talk about something and figure it out. An amicable decision, man. She just fucking yelling at you like you a child. Like even if the whole shit was your fault, you don't have to put up with that, man. Why don't you leave, man? This is fucking half the population is women. They everywhere, man. Like can they get much worse than this? You getting yelled at first thing in the morning? You know, like what you holding on to this for? You know what I'm saying? This is no prize, you know. That's what I was thinking, man. So I don't know. It depends on what the conflict is like, you know, and depends on, you know, but you too, right? You can't be out here screaming on bitches, right? Like, you know, raising your voice, acting crazy. Yeah, but most people, it depends on what you mean by conflict. If you mean disagreements or, you know, you need to fucking figure some shit out together, that's normal, but don't yell at no girl, and certainly don't let no girl yell at you. Every time I see people, here's the thing. When I see people fucking screaming on each other or screaming or yelling, you got to remember my background. I'm from Chicago. I had a pretty rough upbringing. And if somebody yells at me, I got to assume that violence is going to follow, right? Because that's typically a violent altercation is preceded by yelling and screaming, right? People hollering at each other. Am I right? Like most of the fights you've seen or violence you've seen. So I'm assuming that this bitch wants to fight, right? You know, but she don't, right? And because in my training, my training tells me, oh, if a person yells at me, it's time for violence, you know. But you can't hit a girl, right? So she's just yelling at me, and I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to lose my cool because I'm the fucking man, you know? You're like, I'm not gonna be out here losing my cool and shit. So I got two options. I gotta just either take this fucking verbal abuse or leave, you know? And I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I don't like it. And when I see guys yelling at people, yo, if you don't fight, man, you a bitch, right? Like if you yell at somebody and don't fight them, I really think you a bitch. It's literally all bite and no bark. So you should never yell at a woman because you're not gonna fight her. So don't yell at anyone. Like honestly, I wouldn't raise my voice at anyone. Like if I raise my voice at you, it's like hey man, it's like when a dog barks on you, hey, back up, or it's gonna get fucking crazy. You know? So if you say that to a girl, you're not gonna hit her. Now you just a bitch. You get what I'm saying? Like if you yell at, think about it, if you yell at a guy and you don't fuck him up, y'all just gonna yell at each other? That's super LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? Just yelling. Like that's what girls do to each other. They just yell at each other and don't fight. So I'm not gonna yell at a girl because I'm not gonna fight her. And if I yell at a guy, violence is unless he backs the fuck up, violence is inevitable. That's how it should be. You don't yell at somebody who you don't want to fight. Am I right? Am I tripping? Like, so I barely. I don't know. I don't even raise my voice. When I see somebody just raising their voice and getting crazy, acting fucking silly, I think, oh, this motherfucker lost control. He lost his cool. I don't think of it like he's tough. Like when I saw the shit with the dude Trax in the jewelry store, I understand he's mad and I get why he's mad. But it's like, I still look at it like, man, you lost your cool. You lost your cool. I don't look at that like that was dope. I look at that like oh no, man, you lost your cool, man. Like that's a sign of weakness when you lose your cool. You know what I'm saying? Unless you really wanted to fight, right? That's what I'm saying. He didn't really want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like if I really want to fight somebody, I'm not gonna just. If I want to fight, I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm all you gonna. I don't know. I get it. He did it from social media, and he probably made a lot of money off of it. You know what I'm saying? And you can do all types of shit for social media if all you care about is views and money, right? You know, but if you care about your integrity and you know what I'm saying, like I wouldn't want my son to see me lose my cool like that. You know what I'm saying? Like those videos live forever. You know what I'm saying? I would never want that image of me like losing my cool and not fighting. Right? If you see me lose, everybody in that video look like a bitch to me. You know what I'm saying? And I like Trax. We got mutual friends. But yeah, losing cool. Don't. What's the next super chat? I'm sorry.
We have Proverbs 13:4. The soul of a lazy man desires and has nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made rich. Thanks for keeping it real, Brandon.
I like that one. That's another. Proverbs got some shit. Got some dope shit. What else we got, man? Yo, thank you, brother.
We have Josue. What meal prep delivery service you recommend?
I don't know. I don't. You know, me and Hermosa used to be like closer. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to like text each other. We was cool. You know, shit. And he had a meal prep company at one point. I think he shut it down. And I was ordering from them. This was like pre-pandemic, you know. And he's on the bigger and better things now. But I don't know if I recommend one, you know what I'm saying? Especially because none of them are paying me. So, but even without that, like I you know, if I knew one, I would just tell you, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't have like no endorsements, right? I say no to almost all of them. You know? So yeah, I don't know. And it's different in different cities, you know? Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm sure you can figure it out.
We have Mr. Out of Context. If someone you care about pissed you off, will you put them on the list of hate?
Depends on what they did. It depends on how egregious it was, you know. But are there people who have been close to me on my list? Hey, yeah, it's fucking family members on that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all types of shit. All right. Is that it? right, let me finish this list. All right, so before the market update, I was giving you the 10 reasons most men don't accomplish their goals, and I got to 5 of them. Let's get to the next 5. The 6th reason most men don't accomplish their goals. The 6th reason most men don't succeed or accomplish their goals is because their standards are too low. Like people will say some shit like, I'm trying to make $10,000 a month. Right? You trying to make $10,000 a month? You would try, baby. First of all, take that word out your vocabulary, bro. You can't try to make $10,000 a month and think you're gonna get it. You gotta set a standard, right? It's gotta be a standard. You gotta come at it like, I'm going to make $10,000 this month or die trying. Right? That's the only context where you can use the word try and it's acceptable. Right? I'm gonna do this or die trying and mean it. You get what I'm saying? It's like you gotta raise the standards. You will not rise to your ambitions. You're gonna fall to your standards. You get what I'm saying? So if it's just a goal, it's gonna be difficult for you to accomplish. But if it's a standard, you're gonna do this no matter what. I promise you'll find a way. And here's how you know. Think about all the goals you've ever had that you did not accomplish. Were they just good ideas, something you kind of wanted, something you were trying to do, or is it something you had to have? Was it a fucking must or just, yeah, man, I'm trying to do this? I know the answer, because if it was a must, you would have got it. If you had to have it, you would have got it. You get what I'm saying? Right? If your fucking family, if a loved one was kidnapped and they say, yo, man, you got to accomplish your fucking 2025 goals or this motherfucker gets it. You would have got it. Right? It wasn't a must. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a must. You can do it, but you didn't want it bad enough. It wasn't a must. It was a good idea, right? You have to raise your standards. You got to be willing to fucking bleed for that shit, physically, whether that's that's not always a metaphor. Sometimes you got to literally bleed for it, right? You got to go all out and really mean it. You get what I'm saying? You got to raise your standards. You will not rise to your ambitions. You will fall to your standards. If you set it as a standard, you will get it. I promise you will get it. It's not about increasing your ambition. It's about raising your standards, refusing to accept less than $10,000 a month. Then you'll get it. You won't get it until you refuse to accept less than $10,000 a month. I promise you. I've taught so many people how to grow their online fitness businesses. And some people, they'll get to $10,000 a month. Then you know what they do? They start chilling. They think, oh, I made it, $10,000 a month. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And they think they're fucking excited. And they stop doing the shit that got them there. They buy themselves a Gucci belt and they start going out, having fun. Next thing you know, they tell me, oh man, I only made fucking 2-3K this month. I'm like, motherfucker. Why? Yeah, I kind of fell off. And what happened is you hit the goal and then you started indulging, right? It wasn't a standard. It was just something you wanted. So if it's something you're trying to do, you might get it once. You might fuck around, get lucky and get it once. Get it a few times, right? But once it's a standard, you won't go less than that. The only people who stay above 10,000 a month and go beyond it are people who set it as a standard. I will not accept less than this. All right. Again, if you want to learn how you can start making money as an online trainer, I got a free ebook to show you how you can make your first $5,000 as an online trainer. I taught over 15,000 people how to do it. The link is in the description. Go get that. Right. The next reason a lot of men don't accomplish their goals is because they refuse to sacrifice. Right. Here's the thing. You have to sacrifice. Okay. Here's the thing. If you're not willing to sacrifice for your goals, then your goals become the sacrifice. Right. So a lot of times they know they want to do something. They want to accomplish something, but it's like, and I'm like, yo, man, why didn't you do this or that? He's like, oh man, for example, this one dude, he was telling me he was trying to get in shape. And I was like, man, you've been trying for a bunch of months. What happened? He said, oh man, man, it was my birthday and the holidays. Like, oh shit, you ain't tell me it was your fucking birthday, princess. You ain't tell me it was the holidays. Fuck. You think you the only motherfucker who had the holidays? Guess what, motherfucker? All of us did. I know what you do for your birthday, bitch, nigga. You drive around, you ride around with a tiara on and with your besties. You rode the mechanical bull, bitch, nigga. Listen, you could have sacrificed. You didn't have to fucking fall off because of the holidays of your birthday, but you weren't willing to sacrifice for your goals. So your goals became the sacrifice. That's how it works. It's a sacrifice either way. That's the thing. It's not like you're not making a sacrifice. You're just sacrificing momentary pleasure for victory. Right? Do you want victory or do you want momentary pleasures? These are things you got to think about. These are things you got to ask yourself. And it's okay. You can make whatever decision you want, right? But you just can't bitch about it. You just got to accept it. Yo, man, I'm not going to be rich because I like getting high and playing video games. All right, that's fine. If that's the trade-off you want to make that trade-off. Because life is a game of trade-offs. Because if you're watching this video, that means there's something else you're not watching. You know what I'm saying? If you're playing one video game, you're not playing another video game. Or you're not doing anything else. If you go to the basketball game tonight, that means you're not going to the hockey game, right? Life is a game of trade-offs. And you got to decide which trade-offs you're willing to make. Now, here's the thing. Most of the things that feel good in the moment are bad for you long term, and most of the things that are a little uncomfortable in the short term are good for you long term, right? And it's you got to make these trade-offs, right? Do you want to eat the fucking candies, cookies, cakes, snacks, or do you want an amazing physique? You got to make that trade-off. You make whichever one you want, right? It's up to you. You just can't bitch about it. You should stop watching my videos. Right? You should be watching some kid play even video games. Those are videos you should be watching. You should be watching some bitch do some fucking TikTok dance. Not watching shit about being victory if that's who you are. Right? Not some shit about being victorious. Because if you fucking focus on victory, you could be fucking that bitch instead of watching her do some dance. But you're not willing to sacrifice for that to become that kind of man. Now you're going to watch her fuck some other dude who's willing to sacrifice to accomplish his goals. You getting cucked is what's happening. That's the sacrifice. That's the trade-off you made. And you got to live with that. If you're cool with it, then that's all right, man. Real nigga gonna be fucking that bitch you beating off to. And it's your fault. Next reason people don't accomplish their goals, men don't accomplish their goals is because they insist on learning everything the hard way. Experience is the best teacher, but it doesn't have to be your experience. There's somebody who did what you're trying to accomplish, and you could just get the game from them. You can get the game that they had to spend blood, sweat, and tears to get. You can go get it from them without having to endure what they had to endure to learn it. Right? For example, I'm not just trying to plug my business the whole time, but it's a good example. I teach people how to grow their online fitness business, but I started online training in like 2009. I was one of the first people to do online training. Like all of us who were doing it during that time, we had to invent it, right? We were figuring it out. It was the Wild West, but some of us figured out some methods that worked and perfected them over the last decade or so, right? You can either invent it yourself or you can just learn it from someone else. It's like that with anything, you got to find mentorship. You got to find mentors, because mentorship is the only method of learning that almost never fails. You know, like we've all read, like I'm a big proponent of reading books, and we've all read books about something. Books about getting rich, books about making money, didn't make no money. All right. We've all been there, right? We've all taken courses, and you know, maybe you made some money with some of them, maybe you didn't with others, right? But mentorships is different. For example, I remember when I was when I first started playing guitar, I was trying to learn it on my own, and I made a lot of progress, you know, YouTube videos and you know, books, you know, I made some progress. Then I hired a teacher, and I started working with him every week, like twice a week. And man, the first 3 months, I made more progress than I made on my own the whole year. And I felt kind of stupid for not getting a coach, for not having like a mentor with a guitar. It's like, oh, fuck, I really wasted a lot of goddamn time. You know, experience is the best teacher, but it doesn't have to be your experience. You get what I'm saying? All right. The next thing that holds a lot of men back from accomplishing goals is they're too focused on chasing dopamine instead of chasing victory. What I mean by that is, you know, I hear guys saying, man, yo, I got to have balance. I got to live life. You got to have balance, enjoy life. And that's cool to say if you were a girl, right? But as a fucking dude, man, you can't have extreme success and balance. If you want to be a regular guy doing regular shit, fucking regular bitches, living a regular life, then balance is a surefire way to mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like everyone else, right? But you're going to have to be unbalanced for extreme success. I'm telling you, you're going to have to be unbalanced. You're going to have to really be diligent about something. And balance is keeping you regular. You know, only the extremists. You have to be an extremist to achieve extreme success. Like you have to be. It can't work any other way. Right. So when I was really struggling and working hard to come up, I wasn't really balanced, man. I wasn't really balanced. I wasn't going out, you know, I wasn't going to parties. I wasn't going on vacations. I wasn't going to fucking events. I just had my head down focused. And that goes back to the sacrifice shit we were saying earlier. You know, I wasn't chasing dopamine, I was chasing victory. Right. But here's the beauty of it, right? Here's the beauty of it. Once you get whatever you're sacrificing, once you become successful, you can get a better version of it, right? If you have to pass up some fucking hoes right now you got to pass up 6s and 7s, right? But once you get successful, you can get better bitches. If you're rich and successful, you get better bitches. Like I'm telling you, you know, because you don't even have access to the hottest bitches now. Or you're not at the places they at. You can't even be around them. You almost never see them. You know what I'm saying? Unless you live in like a big major city, you know, then you see them walking around a little bit, but that don't mean you got access to them. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's like, and she knows she don't got to settle for a regular motherfucker like you, man, driving the Honda. You know what I'm saying? Like she knows she doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying? There's literally motherfucking entertainers, fucking famous people in her DMs right now. She doesn't have to settle for your goofy ass. You know what I'm saying? In the Accord from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like she knows she doesn't have to settle, so why would she? You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, you know, you don't even have access, right? Or let's say, you know, I quit smoking weed and drinking alcohol. Right? I was super focused. I felt like that shit wouldn't help me accomplish my goal. Now I'm rich. Guess what? If I wanted to smoke weed, I could get the best weed, right? I can get the best alcohol or whatever, but I don't want it. I don't desire it no more. I wasn't watching sports. I wasn't going to no games. I love basketball, football, and I just stopped watching all sports, all that shit. Now, me and my boys, man, we sit courtside at the games. You know, right? I'm saying if you can sacrifice, you can get a better version of it once you come up. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's greater later. If you can make that sacrifice now, you can get a better version of it. And here's the thing. I really believe that a sign of maturity is the ability to delay gratification. Let me explain. If you've ever been around a fucking toddler or a baby, when they want something, they want it now. And if they don't get it now, it's a fucking problem. I'm talking about a kid who's like can't speak English really yet. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna fucking he can't. he or she's gonna cry until they get what he wants, and then people will give it to him, right? They can't process something's gonna happen later. That they can have it later, you know. They need that shit this moment, you know. And as you get older, you're supposed to be able to delay gratification, or like you're not going to throw a fit if you're hungry, or if you want something from this store, you're not going to cry in the aisles, right? Because you're an adult, you're mature. Yeah, you need to extrapolate that to bigger things in your life, right? If you can't sacrifice the parties now for bigger, better parties once you're successful, that's kind of a sign of immaturity. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that. I really believe that. So you know, I guess I could have replaced this with you motherfuckers never grow up. And that's why you're not successful. You know, you got to grow up and be more mature, right? The next thing that holds men back and stops them from accomplishing goals is not managing their time well, right? Bruce Lee once said, if you love life, don't waste time, because time is what life is made of. And the number one tip, the closest thing to a cheat code for success is tracking every hour of, it's planning every hour of every day in your calendar. I wouldn't even call it cheat code. It's the closest thing to magic I've ever encountered. Because everybody I know who's done that for 90 days, they've turned their whole life around. They're more productive, get way more done, and they're actually happier with their life because they're more fulfilled because they're getting more out of it. I have a whole nother video exactly how to fucking plan your calendar so you can make the most out of life and really harness this force. It's the closest thing to magic I've ever seen, right? Go watch that video now, all right? All right, guys. Yo, man, this has been another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. Hope you learned. Listen, you learned a lot. We laughed, we cried, we had fun. And you know what? We made a lot of friends along the way, all right? We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I'm going live every day at 5. So when it's not the Victory Talk, but I'm tomorrow at 5, I'm doing a live call-in show. So you can jump on, I'll answer your questions, kind of like how FedEx used to do, only I ain't going to ask you to take your clothes off. You know what I'm saying? We just going to talk about goals and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to join that, it's tomorrow at 5 right here. Holla at y'all.